Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is a special edition of the Divisional Round Playoffs on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got a terrific matchup on tap between the Atlanta Falcons and the Green Bay Packers. I'll join you again at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from earlier this afternoon. But for now, it's Sunday Night Football. And on the call, as always, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, this is what I'm talking about. NFL playoffs at Lambeau Field with a snowstorm camped out over the upper Midwest. Let's go. It's time for some great football in Green Bay. Ahead, we'll decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game as we've got a great one in store between the Atlanta Falcons and the Green Bay Packers. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Godden. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round. We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. They'll be led out by the man taking number 3 overall back in 2008. It's their now veteran quarterback, Matt Ryan.
And at times, it's hard for me to believe I'm saying veteran Matt Ryan. Still remember him coming out of Boston College, full of enthusiasm, mastered their 2-minute drill in his first OTA. What a player.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant. Get up.
On first down, Ryan. Throw left side complete. That's Hardy.
Way to be there,
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's second and a yard from the 34.
Here we go, 20.
Ryan now off the bootleg. He'll find his tight end. That's Logan Paulson. No catches for him in the wild card win last week, but he's got a first quarter grab here.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Strong right. Let's go.
From the gun, it's Ryan. And that'll be incomplete. And here's the offense now. Charles, who's the guy you chose to highlight?
The tone setter, the guy in the middle, Alex Mack. His return, never good for the opposition.
After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10.
Check nickel.
A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. Blitz coming, and down he goes. That sack came from the corner. On the corner blitz, it was Josh Jackson. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
So the sack pushes him back, and now third and long for Ryan and the Falcons. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
On 4th down, here's Matt Bosher on to punt. Trevor Davis deep for Green Bay. And he'll send this one into the cold Lambeau night. This is fielded at the 7. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A terrific return. 30 yards all in all. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by the former Cal Bear, Aaron Rodgers.
I remember meeting him when he was playing at Cal, and I remember walking away thinking, instead of having Rodgers stitched on the back of his jersey, it should just say confidence, because that's how he felt about his own abilities and his ability to elevate a team.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. He gets this to Devontae Adams. That's good for a 1st down. He's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch in the playoffs. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Quickly now, here's a look at the Green Bay offense.
It's tough to be an offensive lineman in Green Bay because their quarterback, Aaron Rodgers, knows how to keep plays alive and often extends them for 3, 4, 5, 6 seconds. But David Bakhtiari, his left tackle, he does it as well as anyone could ever expect. Excellent footwork. Knows that the plays are going to stay alive for a long time. Often will get 2 or 3 blocks on the same play.
There goes a deep ball, end zone. He hauls it in. Valdez-Scantling for the Packers touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, 47 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
On is Mason Crosby for the point after. Now, these are not going to be easy on a cold, snowy night, but this one is up and through. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and the result, a Green Bay score. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. They trail here early in this division round game as they seek a spot in the NFC title bout. Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. We'll take a look at the starters here defensively for the Packers. They were very strong in that victory from a week ago.
I was so proud of you in our meeting with the defensive coordinator because you asked the question that set him off. And all you said was, so what improvement do you need to see this week, Coach? And boy, he got fired up, didn't he? Takeaways. We need turnovers. We got to create them. Got so animated, jumped up in our meeting. It was fun to watch.
Somehow I always upset a coordinator in those meetings. Yeah. But they like you. To throw on 2nd and 10. Ryan, they'll set up the screen for Freeman. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them. ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
So negative yardage, a loss of 3 on second down, and that leads to a tough third down call. From the shotgun, Ryan. He's got Sanu. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. To throw is Ryan. Got his man. That's the Pro Bowler, Julio Jones. He was so vital in their wild card win a week ago. 8 catches in that game. This is his first one in this affair.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 11 more on that one and another first down. A first chance in the red zone for the Falcons now. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. The left side completion to Jones. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained. So they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
50 to Mike. 50 to Mike. Watch the run.
Again, Ryan. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Blake Martinez, the linebacker, was there in coverage to disrupt. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Throwing again, Ryan. Getting it out left side to Sanu. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down. They come out here in the eye. Now flags come flying in. One of the Falcons moved early.
Offense.
So that'll back him up 5.
Let's go, baby.
That false start costly. Moves him back to the 9 now, 1st and goal. Ryan will throw again. This will be caught at about the 6. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. That'll bring out 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
They'll look to run with Freeman. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
This one fielded at the 5. And an alley to run. The 40, 30, the 20. Touchdown, Packers. He goes 95 yards to the house on the kick return. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. He always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Showing off that speed and electric boost that he has. 95 yards that kick return goes down for. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 19 yards there on the catch and run. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Now it's Ryan. Stocker's got it, complete. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it indeed. Here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. After the penalty, here's Freeman. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
Single slot. 84. Who's got 84? Check 84.
Play action. Ryan looking in zone. And he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones. 32 yards as his guys are back within a single score. And, man, Charles, talk about zinging something in there. Those gloves, they help with one-handed catches, the fun stuff. Any padding for a rocket like that?
One would think so, but I'll guarantee you this. After that throw, his hands will hurt later. Not right now in the moment. He's just feeling good about catching it.
Yeah, a little stinger, but a touchdown. Tavecchio good on the extra point, and that makes it a 14-10 ball game. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And the end result, an Atlanta touchdown. Now after the touchdown, it's Botcher to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right. Hey. 4 down.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he'll get nothing there. Stopped right at the line as that will wind us down to the end of this first quarter of play. Back for the second quarter in Green Bay. It's the Packers in possession of the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. The left side throw complete to Adams. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. The play began back at the 23, and they pick up 23. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
Oh, here we go. Back one.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Rodgers to Valdez-Scantling over the middle. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
They should have put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. He's got his strike, and it's caught. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Rodgers to Cobb, good for a Green Bay first. Rodgers will bring him up to the line, 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. They'll run it with Jones. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
3rd and 6.
And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on 3rd.
You're going to see me in your nightmares, son. You're going to see me in your nightmares.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Throw right side, complete to Williams. And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a first down. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Well, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A good pickup there, a 22. In this weather, any big play in the passing game, that's just a bonus, right?
It certainly is, but oftentimes offenses think inclement weather plays to their advantage because you know where you're going on offense. Defenders have to react, and they often slip.
They go back to the ground with Jones. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
A first carry now for the BYU man. It's Jamal Williams. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Looking at this situation, if you're at the 1, the 2, maybe you go for it. From here, you kick it.
I agree. I think you have to get points in this situation. 4th down, I don't chance it at all. I put the points on the board and go back and regroup.
So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their own 26. The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work, and that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a first down.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Throwing now, Ryan on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Ryan going to give to Freeman on the draw. second quarter action with 1:59 remaining.
Yeah, baby. Boom.
We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. Ryan on target there to Sanu. Ryan to Sanu. Good for an Atlanta first down. Here's Ryan.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
The Falcon passing game looking good on this drive as they get the first down.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. A gain of 6 there on first. They'll bring out 4 receivers. 3 of them being sent to the left, 1 to the right, 2nd and 4. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Ready, we're ready. We're ready. 15, check by 15.
65. 65.
From the gun, Ryan looking left side and has got a man. That's Hardy. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Tavecchio puts this one through. And that will cut this lead back down to 4 now. It's 17-13. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
This fielded at the 2. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Number 12 back out there. Aaron and his Packer teammates set to begin their drive. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. To throw, it's Rodgers. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's 2nd down. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Rodgers throwing again. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And Adams has it complete. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. On first down, Rodgers. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
I'm coming after you.
And they'll try the jet sweep here. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC Divisional Round matchup. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. But first, let's take a look back to Saturday's NFC Divisional Round game. But first, let's take a look back to yesterday's action. Meanwhile, in our game, we're set up for a terrific second half. So to find out who will advance to the NFC title game, let's send it back out to Brandon God.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. Again, it's Jones. This will go for 5 up to the 33.
That's it,
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
45, 45, 45, Mike, 45.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 13 yards, first down, Packers.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
After the run by Jones, here's first and 10. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. Eluding the pressure right. It's caught on the right side. Williams. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. He felt the pressure coming there. That was a good job of just making something out of nothing, so to speak.
Yeah, took the hit and still made the play. You know, when we talk about runners, all right, and on running plays, runs after contact, we call that getting dirty yards, tough, gritty ones. To me, that's like the version of a dirty pass. He knows he's going to get smacked, yet still delivers the football and picks up good yardage.
Rodgers on the money to the tight end, Graham. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 40.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. On first down, it's Jones. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll make it second and 12.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Here's a ball thrown right side and complete. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 27-yard line. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Throwing on second and 3. Rodgers. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The safety, Keanu Neal, there to knock that one free.
Quick hands that time to knock that one away. It sure looked like a short touchdown, but able to get a good break on the football and force the incompletion.
Rodgers going to try and throw on third down. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. That'll put him north of 100 yards receiving now in this divisional round game. It's a first down.
And a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker. And you got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up second and goal. Second and goal from inside the 5.
Hey, watch this, watch this.
Rodgers going to throw to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Randall Cobb, the intended receiver. But now it's 3rd and goal.
Strip that ball.
Rodgers now on 3rd and goal. This is caught. A 4-yard pickup, not enough. 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And no move to take the offense on the field. They're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th and goal. They'll run it with Jones. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown.
Great job, man.
Aaron Jones taking it in. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Crosby connects on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told. And the last play in the drive was a touchdown run by Aaron Jones. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. So we get set to start this 3rd quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this 1st down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open, and when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. On 3rd down, Ryan. And that will be incomplete.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
The punter Bosher on now as he gets this one away. Davis now to return it. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that. But the rushing game, almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give them 7 there on the 1st down carry. A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves them with a 2nd and 3. And 3rd quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces. It's a loss of 10 yards on the play, and it'll be a 2nd and long.
Between 18. Tighten down. There you go. Hey, Mike. 45. Ain't no such thing.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Rodgers. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
Brings up 3rd down and 20.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Rodgers. That's caught inside the 20. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 18. One quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
You ain't doing nothing today.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Jones. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9.
Oh, yeah!
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. You don't have to use timeouts. What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I know this game's winding down and people are getting tired, and that's when you really want a big-body guy running the football. But I have to tell you, watching him run it, I wonder why they don't use it more earlier in the game.
Yeah, those bigger guys here late in the game, you're trying to protect the lead, usually not as fumble-prone either.
No, that is so true because they are taught. Take care of the ball as you surge forward, and you often see them with both hands wrapped around it when they go through the line.
It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, he strung it out as far as he could, and I like the fact that he kept his eyes downfield, but he finally ran out of time and room. But I'll take that over forcing it downfield and possibly having it intercepted.
2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line.
Pin the mirrors back and go full strength. Check Mike 45. Check Mike 45. Get that one.
They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
A crucial penalty there as the hold backs him up for another 2nd and goal.
Put that team on the hunt. Bang, 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 bang.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. Dancing to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal?
You must be getting tired of seeing me.
Operating from the gun. Rodgers. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty, no question there.
You don't think they spent a couple of seconds mulling over what the penalty would do for them?
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Extra point try now for Crosby. And the lead is up to 18 now. A 10-play drive that time. And it ends with a Packers touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 26. Ryan. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Kenny Clark, the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Here's Ryan. The left side completion to Jones. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. The throw on the quick slant going to be complete. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. Kenny Clark, his 2nd sack of the night.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. To throw is Ryan. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Hardy. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. From the shotgun, Ryan. It's caught. Jones. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 27-yard line.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence. And he coughed it up, and the Packers pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
So they need to determine if that knee was down before the ball was coughed up.
And they also wanted to make sure that the ball was possessed as they were going through it, that the ball wasn't working its way free before the knee hit the ground.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
59, ready, ready. Watch the slant, watch the slant.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Ryan. And a quick throw here, that's complete. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready?
And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Kenny Clark in there to get him yet again. That is his 3rd sack tonight. They can't figure him out.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Now it's Ryan. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal as they look to punch in a late score. Now Ryan. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And that one makes this an 11-point deficit now. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And the Falcons score to cap it off. And this one's going to be covered up by the Packers hands team. Well, for a second there, I had flashbacks to a few years ago, the NFC Championship game for the Packers, but here they're able to hold on.
And many things changed in Green Bay after that game. Personnel, people coaching, the whole deal. And in this case, they get it done. No fail like they had in Seattle.
On 1st down, it's Jones. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. They run it again with Williams. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. On to stop there defensively, Tyler Davison.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. They go down to a knee, and with that, they're off to the NFC title game. They had the extra week of rest. That was a factor. I think this home crowd was certainly a factor as well. So this is step 1 done. Now they need to win next week if they want to get to the Super Bowl.
I like those 2 factors that you brought up. The extra week, getting the open week by being the number 2 seed, a terrific home crowd for them, coupled with really good play. That allows them now to keep their Super Bowl dream alive. 1 more on their way to the Super Bowl.
So they stay alive in the NFL playoffs, move on to the conference championship. And do you think that the printing press is starting to get those T-shirts and hats ready, my friend?
They have to, Brandon. They have to be ready because if you win, you've got to hand those out on the field right away. And just think about the pressure for the players now. Families are going to be talking about tickets to the Super Bowl even before you play the conference championship game.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. And now we get to deal with a foot of snow in the parking lot as we say so long from Green Bay.
Love it here. This is Maui with snow.
That's one way to put it. So long, everybody.